Hello, algebra students. We are going to cover lesson 1-6 this evening. Mean, median, mode, and range is our topic. What we're looking to do in this section is find the mean, median, and mode, and make use of stem and leaf plots. Okay, so this for most of us should be very much a review, but let's go through it, be sure that we can do everything we need to do. So our vocab and key concepts. The mean is the sum of the data items divided by the total number of data items. The mean is often referred to as the average. Use the mean to describe the middle of a set of data that does not have an outlier. Okay, you're saying to yourself, what is an outlier? An outlier is a data value that is much higher or much lower than the other data values in the set. So it lies outside of most of the other data, basically. So it's an outlier. All right, another term is median. The median is the middle value of a set of data when they are arranged in order. Okay. Now, for a set containing an even number of data items, the median is the mean of the two middle data values, because they'll actually sort of be a tie for the middle, so you want to take their mean. Use the median to describe the middle of a set of data that does have an outlier. Okay, because it kind of then throws the outlier out of the mix somewhat. All right, the mode is the data item that occurs the most times. It is possible for a set of data to have no mode, one mode, or more than one mode. Okay. Use the mode when the data are non-numeric or when choosing the most popular item. Okay, so those are that. Now, measures of central tendency, we're going on to the bottom part here, are used to organize and summarize data. The range of a set of data is the difference between the least and greatest data values. And finally, a stem and leaf plot is a display of data made by using the digits of the values. Okay, a fair amount of terminology for this one. Okay, so we will look at doing mean, median, and mode, central measures of central tendency, and then also making a stem and leaf plot. Okay, if you'll turn your page, applying measures of central tendency, find the mean, median, mode of the data below. Which measure of central tendency best describes the data? If you haven't put a calculator with you tonight, you might want to go and grab one, pause this and grab one, just to make your work go just a little bit faster if you'd like. Okay, so here is our set of data. We add them together so we get the sum of the data, and you divide, which is 81. Okay, and you're going to divide by the total number of data items, which is 8. So we're going to do 81 divided by 8, which gives us 10.125. Okay, so the sum of this data, and I usually actually even, the reason I started writing down is because I would have written down 81 divided by 8 and then equals 10.125. Okay, the median. List the data in order, so we have them in order from least to greatest or greatest to least. Either one is fine. We see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members. So if you count in from the middle, half of that would be 4 from the left and 4 from the right. So we actually have 2 middle values. Their sum is going to be 23. So you're going to take 23 divided by 2. I'm actually just going to fill it in there, which then gives us the median of 11.5. Okay, so again, for an even number of data items, find the mean of the 2 middle terms. Finally, there is no mode, so we would say none or no mode. The data, there is no item that occurs the most often. In other words, they all occur an equal number of times. Okay, so the mean is 10.125. The median is 11.5, and there is no mode. The mean is less than 6 of the 8 data items because of the outliers 2 and 3. So in this case, the median would best describe the data. So you sort of have to look and see what you have. How does it compare to what's there? You know, which of your measures of central tendency best describes that group. Okay. All right, solving an equation. I like this one because this is how 8th graders think. 8th graders, 7th graders. Suppose your grades on 3 science exams are 82, 94, and 89. What grade do you need on your next exam to have an average of 90? Let X equal the grade of the 4th exam. So we can find the mean or the average. So we would add the 4 exams together and divide by 4. That quotient needs to be 90 because this is the target grade that you want. Okay, so we're going to simplify the numerator just a little by adding 82, 94, and 89. That should give us 265 plus X divided by 4 is equal to 90. Okay, to solve, we're going to simplify the numerator, so we're going to multiply each side by 4. These cancel out, so you end up with 265 plus X equals 360. My next step would then be to subtract 265 from each side of the equation, which basically is telling us right here. All right, so X is 95. So your grade on the next exam must be a 95 for you to have an average of 90. Okay? And our final example is making a stem and leaf plot. Okay, so for this, what we do, the digits out here are actually the tens digits. The numbers in this set range from the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. Okay, so actually let's just look right here. 5 and a 1 means that we had a data value of 51 in my set. So it would appear as a 5 with this separating line here and then a 1. Okay, so what we want to do is go through methodically. And generally, looks like this one is set up least to greatest. So I look, I see the 44, and I'm just going to mark out as I use them because then it just kind of helps you keep track of what you're doing. 47, the next number in the 40s is 49. So that's 4 10s, 9 1s. So this is 10s and this is 1s. Okay, now we have 50, 51. We have a second 51, so we do want to include that because we want to include every data value. And then we have, what's our next one? 56, 58, and 59 was already filled in for us. Okay, and finally our last group of data, or the remaining pieces, 63, and that appears twice, so you see 2 3s here. Then 65, 66, and 67. So here is your stem and leaf plot for the data represented right here. All right, at this point, I would like you to go ahead and do the quick check questions. Bring them in with any questions you might have for discussion tomorrow, and I will see you in class.